Hey up YouTube.
This F4 Phantom was actually, it was an actual Thunderbird airplane. Captain Steve Dwell, his name's painted up there. He lives down in the Southern Valley.
Nicking my flag idea, look.
I have a picture of this at home. I saw this when I was a kid back in Massachusetts, or probably Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I have a picture of it at home with this flying upside down.
Now, these flags are they're all different flags. A friend of mine actually makes them flags, and he sells them.
I do remember that those were on it even back in the day. Why they have them there, I don't know. Maybe it was the different places the Thunderbirds actually went to. I don't know. And then its Vietnam adversary was the MiG-21.
Oh, so that is a MiG then?
That is a MiG.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was this airplane.
Somebody's nicked one, look.
Yeah, somebody left it.
It's very stealth.
Oh, it's a stealth airplane.
It is a stealth airplane, yeah, can't see it.
Yeah, they need to put stealth tires on it. There was a guy out here that owned one of these and flew it, and he kept it out here at Castle after the base closed. One day I was out in my backyard and I thought, what the heck, that sounds like a fighter, and I happened to look up and it was a MiG-21 going over. I was thinking, did we just declare, somebody declare something I didn't know about?
So it flew here.
I don't know if this is the airplane that used to be actually kept here. The story was that that guy that used to keep his out here upset some people, and there's a little flight school out here that operates these little Cessnas. And the story was that he was at the end of the runway and he watched this little Cessna take off. He got clearance to take off, and he stayed low and went underneath the Cessna, and he got right in, and then went vertical right in front of the Cessna, and a little student shit his pants.
That's probably why he did it.
They did the raid on Libya years ago.
Yeah.
Muammar Gaddafi. Can't even speak. Muammar Gaddafi. That was what they used, these F-111s. In fact, they flew out of, I think, Mildenhall.
Yeah, because the wings fold because they're on aircraft carrier.
No, these are Air Force.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's for speed. They're a lot faster with them folded back, but when they extend them out, they're a lot more maneuverable.
So this is Top Gun territory?
No, that'll be the F-14 down here.
All right.
Kind of similar principle.
Yeah.
This is a strategic fighter bomber, they call it, FB-111. Aircraft.
In the States?
Yeah, I don't know who else has got anything bigger or had anything bigger. They used those in the 50s. They only used them for a few years. But it was to carry that giant hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, so that is a big, big bomb.
Yeah. It's bigger than the B-52, the airplane.
I mean,
that's a big airplane to land on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like a fuselage and two whacking great big huge engines.
Yeah.
I suppose in that the wings are back now, so.
Yeah.
It's amazing that the wings can change when you're flying.
Yeah. Yeah. They fold them back for storage, but also when they go supersonic, they want them back.
Yeah. But that's the ones that land on the aircraft carrier as well, so yeah.
And that was one of the reasons that the super carriers, the Essex class carriers, got phased out, because these were too heavy.
The engines are actually really when they're flying supersonic, the engines are really efficient.
Yeah.
Because you're getting the ram air effect in, and they're virtually using no fuel to fly supersonic, because they are just so fast, and the ram air effect is just really good.
Yeah.
But it's a shame really, because that was the only supersonic passenger plane.
I saw one in Boston when they were opening the international terminal, and then once I was going in for a landing in Dallas Fort Worth on an airliner, And the pilot called our attention to off to our right, going on the parallel runway. There was a Concorde coming in for landing.
Yeah, I've seen one fly because the very last flight flew over our house
Oh wow!
in Yorkshire, and I think, oh yeah. So I actually did see it fly. I didn't see a lot because it was so far up, but yeah. See, that's the nose of that is just so pleasing. That it's just, the little snub nose of the window. And
I have to verify that that's Douglas, but it's kind of got a Douglas aircraft line to it.
But I suppose certain manufacturers like certain ways of doing things.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Chevy, Ford, Chrysler thing. You look at them, and well, back in the day at least, you could look at them and say, "Oh yeah, that's got design elements. I know what that is." Nowadays, all the cars look alike.
Yeah. Except for ours.
It is a Douglas.
Pretty amazing how somebody engineers things to, oh well, that folds there and that folds in there and it all fits in, and once it's in there there's no space whatsoever.
Right.
It's so cool.
F-105.
F-105 Thunder Chase used in Vietnam.
They would carry they could carry a nuclear weapon internally.
Yeah. How did they get it out and drop it on somebody then?
Well, the bomb door's open.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I was going to say, well, right, nuclear thing, we're a nuclear bomb, let's just crash it into them. Seaplane. Yeah, another one with a twin tail as well.
Yeah, C-119. I had a buddy of mine years back who was a navigator on those in Vietnam. It's a cargo plane.
Yeah.
And he said one time on the radar they saw a missile coming up after them. The missile went between the fuselage and the tail. Horizontal stabilizer. They call that a field goal.
Yeah.
Not something you want to know about.
No, I was going to say.
Missile just it missed them, but yeah, it went basically up between the tails.
I hope they did the lottery that week, I tell you.
Yeah. I think that'd be the day I hang up my helmet.
Yeah. And pretty much, you can't get more luckier than that, really. You certainly can't. Fascinating that, just fascinating.
They use these in Vietnam for reconnaissance. If you watch that movie Bat 2-1,
Yeah.
the beginning of it, they have one of these. They're sitting inside watching the...
Was that lightning over there then?
Was it?
I thought I saw lightning.
Yeah, we've got some...
I've got birdies on the thinger.
These airplanes would be hit before we got here.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
And the refueling rig at the front.
The Intruder A6? No, this is an EA6 Prowler, excuse me.
The artwork on them, and to make it their own.
Yeah.
Their own plane.
Quite it looks futuristic, but it's now in the past tense. But
It still just over 1200,
so
1200 mile an hour.
yeah.
This looks familiar.
Oh yeah. C-130 Hercules. There's a civilian outfit out here that operates these.
Yeah.
They
I
got-
was going to say, because they're fairly old planes now.
oh yeah, but they're there's still a lot of them flying. Okay, this is the entry release.
Hmm. That bums looks like it's ready for hanging off.
That's a fuel tank.
Is it?
Yep.
Can they jettison them then, or?
They can.
Yeah.
They can if they want to do evasive action. Otherwise, they take them back empty. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of like, oh, we'll recycle the tin can.
So is that what these like bomb things are on these wings?
Those are all fuel tanks.
Yeah.
Version of it. Oh, this is a gunship. Interesting. This is crazy. Some of them were fitted with guns, but this one does not seem to have the guns.
It's possible it could be taken out.
Yeah. But those are fuel tanks.
It is a beast of a thing. Is it the back open up as well on this?
Yeah, the back
Yeah.
opens. You can get stuff in and out of the back, and of course there's this door on the side here. They had not been released yet.
F-16s, you say? Yeah.
On this one, yeah.
Yeah.
The one you're looking at is an F-15.
Yeah, that's the F-15, F-16.
Yeah, so we get to see some of the test flying of them while we were down there for school.
That's pretty cool. Just looks a lot smaller and faster.
Yeah. I guess they're considering to be obsolete now, but it's still a good airplane.
Things.
Thunderbirds are still flying it.
Yeah. Yeah, things are still, still out there, and things change. Things get better. For the temporarily get better. But that is a big bomb. But yeah. A really big bomb.
Thermonuclear hydrogen bomb casing.
So go.
You can walk up and look in the bomb bays.
I'm going to say, so go up and kick it, see if it starts ticking.
Well,
Then run. No, it wasn't me, honestly. Yeah, the plane, if you're dropping something like that, and then the plane must alter its height when all of a sudden that weight's gone.
right, and these are when you drop them, a parachute slows their descent.
Yeah.
So, it gives the airplane a time to get away.
Yeah.
And then I'm standing here.
I can't hear no ticking. I think we're all right. Oh, that is
Now,
big.
if you put that tire on the back of your Land Rover, I think that might be a problem with the back door, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, just a bit.
It might bend the hinges just a tad.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Give it character.
Yeah, it's got enough character as it is. Wow.
I love the smell. Military aircraft all smell the same. I don't know why.
It's that musty,
It's that
unused, dusty smell.
Aluminum oxidation. Canvas stuff that's old. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mixture of hydraulic fluid and they've always smelled that way. Since I was a kid, every time we go to an air show, we go on an Air Force airplane or something, and I have the same smell.
That's pretty cool. I've been to gun range, I can just smell like cordite.
Yeah.
I smell a lot of that as well.
There is a trolley system to go from the front of the airplane to the back of the airplane. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's in that tube or not. I think it is. but I'm looking at the angles of it. I could be wrong. So.
It's looked like all this wiring here has just been cut.
Yeah. Try to keep the birds out of it, but
Yeah.
no, that's good.
So what's this big thing here then? You know what that is?
Well, that would be the wing spar, and then also I'm sure inside
yeah.
the wing spar is fuel, because those appear to be fuel access panels down here.
Mm. That's big. Yep. That is a Saab. Mach 2.2. That's pretty quick.
That's moving.
It is moving.
I wouldn't have guessed it. Looking at it, I wouldn't have guessed it was that fast.
Yeah. Almost as fast as my Land Rover. So this is a B29 Super Fortress. And if you remember one of my earlier videos where there was a plane crash in the Glossop Moor, well, this is what the plane looked like. And it is a big plane. So you still have the wheels in Glossop, the front and rear wheels, but this is what it looked like. There still is in Glossop part of the water. Yeah, so the engines remains. The engines are still there, but there is part of the wing. So I think it's actually these bits of wing here are still there, or remains of them. They're still there. But this is the plane that crashed at Glossop. Not this particular one, but this is a type B29 Super Fortress. Which is quite a beast of a thing. Can't believe how big it is. I really can't believe how big it is. Yeah, it's a big plane. And there's not a lot left. It's part of the suspension and the wheels. They're still there. And it's a part of the aluminium of the tail wing, maybe. And luckily the people didn't survive, but they retrieved the bodies. But yeah, the engines. So the engines now, look on this, look so big. But when they've got all that aluminium and casted away from it, they don't look big anymore. They really don't. But yeah. I would just say
handle on this thing, it fits my hand really well. He's got long trigger pull, so you get the. Yeah, trigger. Yeah.
That's harder to do legally too.
You know, there might be somebody in our church that has more guns than you do. Oh yeah? Yeah. The barrel too. The recoil, it's like I've shot BB guns with more recoil than that. Yeah. Man, that's incredible. Anyhow, yeah. It's always fun. Oh yeah. Hey,
They gave us a little tour of the
VIP room.
Yeah. How would you like to? They have their own little range there.
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, we talked about it. So Tom and I had after the way here.
You said something about
Yeah,
that.
months ago. That was cool.
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad with us.
So where John was a pretty social guy.
Fun. So we up YouTube. I've been at Lance's house, which is he's over there, look, wherever he is hiding, there he is, for a few days, chilling out as his hospitality. And we haven't gone in the pool, but since we've been talking probably for the last 12 months, backwards and forwards on email. And since then, he has bought a Series Land Rover. So, which is pretty good. 2.25 petrol. And it's a lovely little thing. I went for a drive in it yesterday. Went to the gun club. Shot some stuff. Went to a museum. Very cool. But a lovely little straight Series 2. And it actually drives really, really nice. And because it's California, there's no rusty chassis. No rust to be getting on with. And obviously at the side of Clark, and you can see the panels and the doors is very similar. But yeah. And it even smells right. Old smelly Land Rover. Definitely right. Really cool. Really cool. Best way there should be. Slams the door. Do you want to say a few words as well? Or do you want to? You want to stand to the side and look smug?
How can you not look smug standing next to something like that?
Yeah, how can you not look smug standing next to an old Land Rover? So this is Lance.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
It's
everybody.
a 1966 Series 2A. I first saw this at a British car meet in Clovis back in March. There were several that were restored, all perfect, and a rancher pulled in with this and still had cow manure on the tires, and it was still a daily user. And I fell in love with it then. About a month ago, I called the man up and said, if you ever think you might sell it, give me a call. And he said, funny you should ask, but he said, I decided 2 days ago that I was going to sell it. A week later, it belonged to me, and as well as the oil spots on the driveway are now mine. So, but it runs great. It made the 80-mile drive up from Sanger, California, and it's going to be just kind of a rolling hobby. It's not going to be restored down to the nut and bolt, but it tells the story the way it is, and it's kind of fun.
Best way. And of course, they don't leak oil, they just mark the territory. So it's just marking the home, its new home. So that's what it's doing.
And it marked the front of my wife's Jeep all the way home. Her car smelled like deer oil from this one when we got home.
There's slightly leak from the transfer box, but it is what it is. But it's very pretty, very nice. Right, we'll catch you later. It seems strange seeing my Land Rover drive away. Let's go with somebody else's, isn't it? Yeah, that's so weird. Hopefully he comes back. Mind you, I have got his house here, but hopefully he comes back. So we'll have a bit of a wander around his garden anyway while we're here. A nice big garden. It's all the Land Rovers you could get here. And then of course the pool. So I've kind of been slumming it really here for a few days. Yeah. I don't know how I've been managing really. Doodle pipping off today. I have no idea where I'm going. So we shall see. So I will see you later. And thanks very much, Lance, for your hospitality. And we will see you another day. Bye bye.